This is Barnestorm training for the task of reviewing and approving timesheets. In this session, we will cover reviewing and approving timesheets and viewing reports you can run to help with this process. Using this process of reviewing and approving timesheets is a great place to start the process of going paperless. To get started, I'll click on the Employee Activity button located on the main menu, and then click on Timesheets. And this is going to bring up the timesheet screen. At the top of the screen on the left, you'll see the employee. Your name will automatically appear in the box. Highlight your name, and then you can start entering the last name of the employee whose timesheet you want to view. And you can keep typing until you narrow down your list. And then select on the person. The name will automatically pop into the box after typing in some of the employee's last name. Or if you have multiple people with the same last name, then a list will appear and you can choose the right person. If you happen to know the employee's number, you can enter that here. When we pulled up the employee's timesheet, right away we received an error message saying that the employee has overlapped time. The employee will also get this message as well when they are pulling up their timesheet and when they go to sign their timesheets, if this occurs on their timesheet. This error message will tell you what day, what times that the error occurs in. So you can just go ahead and click OK. And if you look down here on the 26th, you can see that their travel time is going into their office time. So this is something that you will need to let your employee know about and have them fix. I will go over some other options about overlapping time later in this video. Let's go over some features at the top of the screen. On the right side of the screen, you will see the current timesheet. This box will let you know the dates of the timesheet that you are viewing. If you are not on the right week, you can go back to the left side and select the week that you need to view. If you do not see the week you need, you can come to the center of the screen to the next timesheet and create the next timesheet here. Just check the dates here before you click on the Create button. Once you have selected the week you need, you are ready to review the timesheet. The first step is to check the status of the timesheet. Go back to the top right underneath Current Timesheets and you will see the status. You are looking for the status to say Signed. This means that the employee has reviewed their time and it is ready for the supervisor to review it. If it says In Progress, this means the employee has not signed it and it is not ready to be approved by the supervisor. You will want to contact that employee and let them know that they need to review their timesheet and sign it. I will show you later how you can contact the employee through Barnestorm messaging. If you see the status saying Approved, this means that the supervisor has already approved that timesheet. And if the timesheet says Signed, it is ready to review. You may need to open the time range at the top of the screen. This is especially true if you are reviewing a clinical timesheet that includes on-call, because they may have visits before or after this time range. So let's go ahead and open the time range to view the full 24 hours. Just go ahead and click on 12. And then we'll click on 11:59. And that will give you your full 24 hours. Up at the top, you can also see the totals of the week here and here. And below, you will see the specific visits and entries for this week. Notice that the timesheet is color-coded for easy viewing. The green color here is your on-call time. The blue means visits that are locked. Gray and or white are your non-visit entries, such as travel time and office time. Dark gray are the totals for that day. You can see here that this employee worked 8.25 hours, and then it also gives you the total of mileage. If you see red, this is the color that you will need to pay attention to. If you see a red visit, this means this visit is not locked. You will need to contact the employee and let them know that they need to go into visits and assessments and make sure the visit is completed and locked. Once they lock the visit, when you come back to their timesheet, that visit will be blue, like here. So let me go back to someone else's time and click on a week. And you can see here, this visit here is red. That means the visit is not locked. Okay, let's go back to our original employee. If you are viewing the employee's timesheet and you notice a mistake, such as overlapping time, with their non-visit time, you will need to do a few things. First, since the status of the timesheet is signed, as you see up here, this means that it is also locked and cannot be edited. What you will need to do is click on the Approve button here, which will indicate that the timesheet is approved, but then you will need to click on the Unlock button, which will change the timesheet status to in progress. So by approving and then unlocking, you have released the timesheet from its signed status and opened it back up for that employee to make the corrections. Next, you will want to let the employee know that their timesheet is unlocked for them to make the correction. Once they are done making the correction, they will need to sign the timesheet again. An easy way to contact the employee to let them know that they need to fix their timesheet or to lock a visit is to use the Barnestorm messaging. Click on the main menu tab on the left hand side of your screen up at the top, and your menu will pop up, and then click on the messaging button, and this will bring up the messaging screen. To create a new message, click on the New Message button. From here, you can enter in your employee that you need to contact. You can enter the employee's last name or number. You can skip the patient because this does not involve a patient. And then in the subject line, you can enter this week's timesheet. And now you can type your message you want to send. And when you are done with your message, you can just click on the Send button. In the message screen, you can also set reminders for yourself. So you could set a reminder that you need to recheck the employee's timesheet before payroll is due. It works the same way as a new message. You click on New Reminder, and you can skip the patient because it's not patient related. And in your subject, you could put payroll. And then in your body of your text, so you can enter in your message, and then if you want this to remind you in a couple days, you can change the time and date here, and then you just go ahead and click save. Now we have the response back from the employee up in our inbox, and we just double click on it and we can read it. And it says timesheet is fixed and has been signed. Thank you. So you can go ahead and reply, delete, or just close it out. And now we're getting our pop-up reminder that we set to remind us to check payroll. And if we click on that, it will open up and we can read our reminder, and we can just go ahead and click on dismiss. Now let's go back to the timesheet screen by going to employee activity and then timesheet. And again, you're going to have to go up to the top where it says employee and enter in your employee. And now we are not getting the message anymore of the overlapping time. And you can see here that the time has been fixed. You go up to the current timesheet and check the status and just make sure you're on the right timesheet and that the status says signed. Once you have reviewed the timesheet and everything looks good, you can just scroll down and look at everything. You can go ahead and approve the timesheet. To do this, you want to go ahead and click on approve, and you will notice that the status of the timesheet went from signed to approved. This now indicates that you, the supervisor, have reviewed and approved this employee's timesheet, and it is ready to be sent to the payroll department. Now that we're done reviewing the timesheet and approving it, I'm going to show you some reports that will help this process easier. So before you even start reviewing timesheets, you may want to go back to the main menu and click on Reports. And this will bring up several categories that you can choose from. Let's click on the Employee tab, and it will expand and show you all different reports that you can run. I'm only going to show you a few, but please look in the report screen because there are lots of reports that will help you on a daily basis. If you scroll down, there is a report called Timesheets Not Signed. So just click on that report. And this report will list all the employees that have not signed their timesheets for the weeks that you are reviewing. So this will save you time right away by knowing who hasn't signed their timesheets, and you can then send them a message to do so before you review their time. All you need to do is enter the dates that you will be reviewing. You can enter in dates by typing them in or clicking on the arrow that will bring up a calendar. Then click on the Print Report button at the top, and a list of employees will appear. And you can print this if needed by clicking on the print icon. So this shows this employee has not signed their timesheet. And then just exit out. Another report that may be helpful is timesheets not approved. You can just click on that. And again, you just enter in your dates, and this will show you a list of employees whose timesheets have not been yet approved by the supervisor. After you put in your dates, just click on the print report. In this case, no results were found. If you have a lot of employees, this could be a very helpful report to use to keep track. of who you have approved and haven't approved. Another report that would be helpful is if you scroll up to the top is overlapping time. And this report can be used to see which employees have overlapping time on their timesheets. This way you can have those employees fix their overlapping time before you review their timesheets. And again, an error on the timesheet screen will appear as well when there is overlapping occurring. Some agencies have their employees enter their time by using the total time instead of time in and time out. In this case, this will cause the overlapping time error to occur. If needed, a supervisor can go into the global settings to turn off this feature. Have the supervisor click on Codes on the main menu, then Security, Global Settings, Timesheets, and then go to 1001 and change it to false. And this will turn off this feature. Another report you can go to is Employee Time Report 02.07. This report is a good report that you could run for employees that don't enter in their own time into Barnestorm. You can print this out for them so they can review their timesheets. You can enter in specific dates, a specific employee, and it gives you some options about what you want to see on the timesheet. Some agencies use this report to use for payroll. You will also notice that there is a 02.05 employee time report. This works the same as the other employee time report. It has a few different or lesser options than the other one. You can review them and see which one works better for your agency. For an additional instructions on timesheets, click on the Help button located at the bottom of the main menu, and then click on Employee Activity and Employee Timesheets on the Help page. And this will give you a list of articles with how-to instructions for timesheets. Click on the article you want to see instructions for, and when you're done reviewing the instructions, right-click on the article and then select the Back button, and this will bring you back to your main list. If you don't see the article you want, you can click on Find More Answers here, and you will see more articles on this topic. If you click on an article here on our knowledge-based site, you have options. If you scroll to the side, you can email the article, print the article, bookmark the article, and export the article as a PDF, which will save on your computer. And this concludes our training on reviewing and approving timesheets.